Hey guys, it's Jenna. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some super duper easy dollar store DIYs. I am in my Christmas onesie, all festive and ready. We actually just took our Christmas picture right here because it's the one corner of our entire apartment that actually looks cute and Christmassy. For those of you who don't know or are new here, we are moving, so you really don't want me to turn this camera around. But anyways, we have our friend Newt here. This is our little gnome. I call him Newt because he's neutral. Get it? So Newt and I, we're gonna show you some really cool high-end looking DIYs. You will not believe that all this stuff is from the dollar store. There's a couple other materials that you can buy elsewhere. You actually don't have to buy everything at the dollar store, but like, why would you not want to spend $1 on them, you know? The goal of all of these is not to look like they were bought from the dollar store, so I think you guys will be really surprised. And enough chit chat, let's get into the video.
All right, you guys, so for our first project, we'll be starting with these little village figurines. They were super cute, but they were just like a little too colorful for me, and I wanted to make them a bit more neutral and classy. So we're gonna start by giving them just a fresh coat of this Rust-Oleum spray paint. And as I started spray painting these guys, I figured out that they have so much texture and little crevices, so spray paint was really hard to get into all of those nooks and crannies. So I gave them kind of just like a regular base coat, and then I decided to go in with some just regular white acrylic paint and dab into all of those little cracks and crevices, so it really seemed solid white. And using a paintbrush to like dab into all of these little cracks definitely helped, and I felt like it only took one coat after the initial coat of spray paint to make it look pretty solid. Next, I'm just gonna take some Mod Podge and we're gonna kind of dot it all over the roof where we want our snow to go. You don't have to exactly follow what's on the figurine. I kind of dotted it all over the top and the bottom, just kind of like where the snow would naturally fall or where I think it would fall. And we're just gonna dot that with the Mod Podge. Okay, so pretty much immediately after applying that, I just took some glitter and sprinkled it all around where the Mod Podge was, just to make sure it was completely covered. And I mean, I will say, like, I drenched this thing in glitter because I wanted to make sure there were no patchy spots. And this is just gonna kind of act like our faux snow. Afterwards, I made sure to go in with a toothbrush and just kind of brush away any of those stray glitter pieces. And then lastly, I just went in with some clear acrylic sealer because we don't want glitter trails all over our homes. And then I just popped some LED lights in the bottom because they have a little space for them. And that is it, you guys. Okay, so for our next project, I'm just gonna take 2 rolls of yarn. I got these at the Dollar Tree. Each one was $1. And I actually thought this was a pretty good quality yarn, but it was just a little thin for me. So I wanted to make it a bit thicker. So instead of using 1 string of yarn, I rolled 2 into like 1 string, if that makes sense. So I just took both balls and literally rolled it until they were both gone. So this is the final product. So now we're just going to do this knitting slash macrame technique, and it is super easy, you guys. You seriously just make 4 loops on your fingers, over, under, so that you have 4, and you take the bottom loop and move it over the top loop and then slide it back down. And it's seriously that easy. We just keep repeating that process until the yarn is gone. So over, under, slide the bottom one over, and then just make 2 more loops. And this kind of can get a little tedious since we're doing the whole thing, but honestly, I put on New Girl and it was quite relaxing. So yeah, this was super simple and easy and did not require a lot of attention. You can kind of mindlessly be doing it. And once it is done, you're just gonna take your final 2 loops and the little tail and just honestly tie a knot through them. It's that easy, you guys. And for $2, this made a ton of garland. I don't have my big tree up right now, but it would have definitely been enough for like a 6 to 8 foot tree, I feel like. Okay guys, so for our next project, we're just gonna take a pen or a pencil and draw a half circle with this string on some poster board. I got this from the dollar store. I think it was actually 50 cents. At first I was going to do this project with those styrofoam cones, but then I went to the store and I saw how much they were and I was like, no. We're doing this with poster board and it's gonna be like 50 cents and it'll still be super sturdy and really easy. So I just ended up rolling this into like a cone shape and I secured it with some clear packaging tape and it was actually super sturdy. I thought it'd be flimsy since it was paper and it totally wasn't. I feel like using the poster board is the way to go. You can get about 3 to 4 cones from one piece of poster board and I made about 5 here. Okay, so I just used the finger knitting technique on a different color yarn that I still got from the dollar store. It was like the same brand and everything. So I made a very long string of it because I wanted to have some texture for this cone versus just like regular yarn that I feel like you see everybody doing. I want it to have like a little bit more of visual interest. So as you can see, I literally just hot glued it. I started from the top, which I feel like is very important because then you don't have like an awkward end at the top. It's easy to start with like your point and then work down. Okay, so next I just took this wire jute cord that I got at the Dollar Tree and I started rolling it into kind of like a circle shape. It's okay if it's irregular. I honestly think it looks cuter that way. Just make sure you leave a little tail at the end, and I cut off the excess jute so it was just an exposed wire. And this is gonna make it super easy to be our little tree topper. Like how cute, it sticks right in the top of the cone and there you have it. So you totally could just use dollar store yarn for all of your cones, but I wanted to have like a little bit of a varying texture going on, so I took this chunky knit yarn from Michaels. I will link everything below. I also used this taupey color from Michaels. I did the same knitting technique. I just couldn't find anything else that I really liked at the dollar store, so I will link everything that I did use below for you guys. All right, you guys, so for our next project, we're just gonna be starting off with this sock that, yes, I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna cut off the top and kind of roll it down, and we're just gonna be putting some jasmine rice in there that I bought at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna pour the entire bag in there. Once you have all the rice in there, I'm just gonna take a rubber band and tie off the top so it's nice and tight, and then using a scissors, we're just gonna trim off the excess sock at the top. Okay, so I found this faux fur at Michael's, and then I figured if you guys wanted to do strictly dollar store, I found this mop. So I didn't end up using this, but I thought it would make a cute beard. But I just ended up trimming a little bit off the faux fur and hot gluing it onto our sock for our little friend's beard. I'm so excited that Newt is gonna have a friend. I think I'm going to name him Grayson, get it? Because Newt and Grayson, and then I think if we have a third gnome, it's gonna be Tanner. Okay, to make our beard extra secure, I just took another rubber band and tied it on the top. And for our hat, we will just be making another half circle like we did for the trees, and then we'll just roll that up into a cone, and I secured it with some packaging tape. Okay, so next I just used this piece of felt and I glued it onto the cone. This felt I bought at Michael's and it was actually 25 cents, so it was less than $1, but I know they do have felt at the dollar store. I just really liked this color. I thought it was nice and neutral and it kind of matched my decor. So as you can see, I'm just kind of rolling it on here, just like gluing in little lines, and I end up cutting like the top of this edge off, I guess, so it makes more like of a clean cut there. So you can see it like looks more like a little straight edge, and then I do the same thing with the bottom. And here's our finished product. I'm just gonna put some hot glue along the rim of this guy and press it onto the top, just kind of like pressing along the sides to make sure that it's secure on there. And then I just took these natural wood beads that I found at Michael's. They also have colored ones at the dollar store if you prefer, and I just glue him right on there for our little nose. And for the hat, we're actually going to take these faux pearls. I like them because they don't have any holes in them. And we're just gonna hot glue it right onto the tip of the hat. I just feel like it gives it like a cute little finished look. And that's really about it, you guys. You have a cute little gnome, and how easy was that? All right, you guys, on our last project, we're actually gonna start with a mop. I know it's crazy, but I just really liked this kind of material that was on it. So I just started pulling. It actually came apart pretty easily. And then we're just gonna cut off a little bit of that string and we're gonna be wrapping it around a ornament. This pack of ornaments was only $1 and the mop was also only $1. So we're gonna start by just hot gluing this mop material all the way around the ornament, and that's it, you guys. I think it came out so cute. It looks just super cozy and neutral, and you could use this as like a vase filler. You don't even have to use it as an ornament, but I think it turned out really adorable.
All right, you guys, and that is it for this video. I hope Newt and I inspired you. Right, Newt? Oh. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it brought you a little bit of inspo. If it did, please like this. And if you haven't already subscribed, I have lots more ideas where this came from, and I'm excited to share them with you guys. So we will see you in the next video. Actually, I don't know if he will be here or not, but he'll be here in spirit. Bye.